Hello BookTube. This video is going to be the first part of a multi-part review of this short story collection, Reality and Other Stories by John Lanchester. My aim is to read the 8 stories in this collection, one a day for the next 8 days, and then after I've read each one story, I'm going to give a review of it. Just to give an explanation of this collection, it was published in 2020, and I'll just read to you what it says in the inside flap. Reality and Other Stories is a gathering of deliciously chilling entertainments, stories that should be read as the evenings draw in and the days are haunted by all the uncanny technologies and absurd horrors of modern life. So this is clearly going to be sort of ghost stories, by the sounds of it, or possibly even sort of weird fiction. And now the first story is called Signal, and it involves a family, 2 parents, David and Kate, and their 2 children, Toby and Mia, going up north to stay with David's university friend Michael, who's extremely rich, and for New Year's Eve. And Michael is very rich and very intelligent, but has a habit of forgetting things, being very disorganised and not being particularly socially, being somewhat socially awkward. And so he's invited people who either works at people who work with him who have never met before, or they're sort of people he's met once and just decided to invite them. And so it's sort of a sort of haphazard group of people who are there. And the story revolves around David, his wife and his children come into contact with this one guest who is tall and always on his phone. And this guest, during the course of the story, seems to take a particular interest in the children. And you sort of, during the course of the story, becomes apparent that this person is not actually a guest. That Michael, the man who's invited them all there, has no idea who this is. And tensions grow as David becomes concerned for the safety of his children. Now, a spoiler alert here, because there will be a spoiler, but you can probably already tell what it is. The man in question isn't a man, it's a ghost. He was the previous owner of the house that Michael bought, and he died whilst he was texting on his phone about being late, and he died in a car crash. He was a father of 2 children who this man was devoted to, and so the ghost is not a threat to anybody, particularly the children, but you just get that sense. It's just David's fear that this might be somebody preying on his children. Overall, I enjoyed the story. I could tell what was going to happen as soon as the ghost was introduced, just as a sort of rude person, as a rude guest. But nevertheless, I enjoyed it. When I initially read that sort of bit on the flap, I thought this was going to be sort of similar to M.R. James, which in a way it is, because it's an English ghost story set in a country house, so you can sort of see that sort of James element to it. But interesting enough, this reminded me a lot more of Robert Aikman, and in particular, he does a story called Unsettled Dust, which is similar in the way where there is a ghost, but the ghost isn't a threat to anybody, and it's a ghost who haunts the house because of, frankly, a tragedy but it's not overly dramatic or there's nothing overly dramatic. There's no threat there. It's just a sort of tragic, weird event, and so that's what you pretty much get in Signal. But as I say, I overall enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading the next story in the collection, which is, let me just see. Luckily, it's a great contents page. The next story is Coffin Liqueur. So I'll put that video up tomorrow. probably around this time, or probably actually no, it'll be later because I'm doing something about this time tomorrow. So with that, Bucksheep, I'll say goodbye.